Excuse me, mate.
Yes.
I'd watch that kid out there if I were you.
Eh? Hey!
Hurry up, Gareth.
See you, Jack.
Where you get that from, Sir Bernard?
From somebody who should have known better than play me a poker, David, and ended up having to walk home.
What are you going to do? You're going to flog it?
Flog it? David, what you are looking at here is just the first of many. In years to come, people will say, do you know he started out with just one, and look at him now, the proud owner of Yorkshire's biggest taxi firm.
All right.
You've got a proper driving licence, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Is it clean?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's cleanish.
You come from round here originally, Mrs. Fairley?
Oh, about 1,000 years ago, before I went to London to seek my fortune.
Well, did you find it?
Would I have moved back here, do you think, if I had?
Right. Yeah, there you go then, love. All yours.
Thanks.
Now, you do know it's a party line, don't you?
Which means I'll be sharing.
That's right, with the people just down the lane.
Right, thanks very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. My grandmother would never use a telephone, in case she got electrocuted.
David, when your grandmother was around, they were still sending Christmas cards by carrier pigeon. Well, go on. Ring somebody.
Oh, like who?
Well, you must know somebody with a telephone. Well, if all else fails, use the speaking clock.
Speaking clock?
Never mind. I'll ring somebody.
Who are you going to call?
Well, Bernard for a start. Give him the number. Hang on, there's somebody on this line.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a lady from down the lane. Yeah, she was on early when I picked it up.
Was she? Well, I hope she's not planning on making a habit of it. We're going to need this line to take all our bookings.
Phil, I'm sorry, but I really don't see the point, honest.
You said you'd sleep on it.
And I have, but I still don't feel any different. All right, you can spare us the Morse code. We do speak English round here, you know.
2 pints of bitter love and a vodka and orange.
And how old are you?
Old enough. Would you rather come out the back and I'll prove it to you?
But not quite old enough. Not for another 6 months at least. So to avoid further disappointment, I suggest you just leave.
And if I don't?
You heard him up it.
And who are you? Wyatt Earp?
Yeah, that's right. And this is my tin star. Now, I've asked you nicely, but if you want to do things the hard way, we will. Doesn't bother me. Go on.
Thanks, Phil.
You're out.
What do you want, Jack?
Come to read the meter, haven't I? So, where is she?
Who?
Rita Rayworth, of course. Who else?
I don't know.
I don't believe you.
Look, all I've got's a telephone number.
So give it to me. Where the ex-Aidensfield?
Well, how would I know?
Told you we wouldn't get served.
So, got it right for once. First time for everything, eh, Gail?
Could have served us, though. That stinking landlord.
Don't worry, Gail, love. You'll be sorry. No one does that to me and gets away with it.
Morning, Mr. Blackton.
Morning, Billy. Sleep in again, did ya?
Good morning, dear brother.
You reckon?
What have you done to your hand?
Car door.
Could have been worse, could have been a coffin lid.
It's not funny, Vernon. They're extremely painful and also very inconvenient.
Oh, I can see that. A one-armed mechanic is about as much use as two men off sick. Come outside. I've got something to show you. Ta-da!
Where'd you get this old banger from?
Old banger? This is a 1950 Vauxhall Wyvern with column change and independent front suspension.
Not to mention 6 inches of rust and a clapped-out clutch, I'll bet.
Bernard, this car is destined to become the queen of our fleet.
Our fleet?
Of taxis. Let me ask you a question, Bernard. How are all the world's great fortunes made?
Usually by robbing banks, in my experience.
By identifying a gap in the market and filling it. And I have identified such a gap around here. A crying need for a decent taxi service. A need that we are about to start addressing.
You might be, I'm not. I'm making a perfectly good living burying people, not ferrying them about, thanks very much.
Well, have a look underneath it for me.
Yeah, well, I don't mind doing that, I suppose.
So you're not interested in becoming a partner, like?
Not particularly.
You know your trouble, Bernard? You've got no imagination.
You need more than imagination to make any money out of that at 2 miles to the gallon.
So, one way or another, you ended up with more than your spirits being dampened, eh?
If that's what passes for wit these days, Ventress, I don't think it's appropriate.
Sorry, Sarge.
Yeah, not as sorry as I am. The upholstery in my car is completely ruined. And the carpet.
Yeah, but who'd want to pull a stunt like that?
Well, I did have one thought. Do you remember those kids we had trouble with in the bar last night, Bellamy?
You think they might have done it?
Well, that particular kid has been in trouble ever since his mother died.
You know him?
Oh, aye. And his father. Harry North, Alf.
The second-hand car dealer?
And young Gareth is his only son, and a right little so-and-so he is and all. He seems to think that because his dad is worth a bob or two, all he has to do is snap his fingers and the world will come running.
Not the type who'll take kindly to being refused a drink, then?
Hardly.
Well, it's certainly worth looking into. Bradley, Bellamy?
After last night, it'd be a pleasure.
Morning, madam. Can I help you?
My name's Bateson, Mrs. that is, Mrs. Bateson, and I've come to arrange my husband's funeral.
Oh, I see. On behalf of the firm, if I could offer heartiest condolences.
Thank you. Now, we want a nice coffin for him.
Of course. I've got some brochures here. If you'd like to take them with you and have a look.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary. Sydney! Now, you go over there, dear, And choose something suitable, and I'll make the arrangements with Mr. Scripps here.
Yes, dear.
Just the one car. I think most of our friends already having passed over, you see.
Right. Although I can't help noticing that Mr. Bateson hasn't yet...
Well, one has to be prepared.
Well, you've had some bad news then, have you?
It was in the leaves, you see.
The leaves.
The tea leaves.
Ah.
Now then, dear, what have you found for yourself? What about this one?
Gareth North.
Aye, that's me.
PC Mike Bradley, Aidensfield Police. You've met PC Bellamy here, I believe. Where were you last night, Gareth, after you left the Aidensfield Arms?
At home with my girlfriend in my bedroom.
With you all night, was she?
They've left me side, officer.
Some sort of problem, isn't it?
Someone vandalised Oscar Blaketon's car outside the Aidensfield Arms last night. We've reason to believe your son might know something about it.
Oh, aye. And why is that?
Well, he was in the pub earlier and was asked to leave.
And did he leave?
Well, yes, after giving me some lip.
So because he refused to drink, you think he came back later and did this car over?
No, we're just trying to ascertain his whereabouts at the time, that's all, Mr. North.
And have you?
For now, yes.
Well, that's that then. Will there be anything else?
I don't think so.
In that case, I'll bid you good day, gentlemen. Do you know aught about it?
Of course not. Mind you, I heard what happened.
No?
Someone filled his car with water.
What?
Right up to the windows.
Just stay out of public houses in future, all right?
Yes, Dad.
So Harry sent you off for the flea in your ear, did he?
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, he's a client of mine.
Yeah, what's he like?
Well, he's straight as a die, really. For a second-hand car salesman, anyway. Actually, I feel quite sorry for him.
Oh, how come?
Well, you know his wife was killed in a car crash a few years ago.
Yes, I heard.
Well, Harry's always blamed himself for what happened, since he was driving at the time.
Was he any reason to?
No, he hadn't been drinking. And there's not a lot you can do when one of your front tyres goes at 70 miles an hour. I think he felt most guilty about the fact that he came out of it without so much as a scratch himself. Since when, of course, he's devoted his entire life to young Gareth.
Well, that explains a lot, I'd say.
Oh?
Well, not least why the boy's spoiled rotten.
You think it was definitely Gareth who did it?
Well, Phil seems to think so.
Yeah, well, from what you've told me, Phil isn't exactly in a particular